What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ty from Ty Drives, and sitting in front of us is the beautiful 2024 Volvo S90. And this has the T8 recharge power plant as in the ultimate trim level. So we have a very nicely optioned out S90 for us to take a look at all of the features today. Now we're going to start off on the exterior, see what makes it special. And then we'll hop in under the hood because there are a couple of power plants available on the S90. We'll then check out the trunk and the rear seat, which is a staple for a large sedan like this. And then we'll wind up in the front seats, checking out all the tech up front. Now, if you're interested to see how an S90 drives, all you have to do is wait to the end of the video because I will attach a link to a POV test drive that I have filmed on this very S90. Either you could wait to the end of the video or you could check out my channel for that separate video. But first things first, let's get the features down, and we're going to start on the front, on the exterior, where we have these beautiful Thor's Hammer headlights. So you can see the daytime running lights are active. This vehicle is currently quote-unquote running, and but you can see it all illuminated too with the LED turn signals. So you've got the LED daytime running lights and also LED high and low beams. Looks very nice, all lit up there. Now just below the headlamps you can see a little cutout, and that is for your headlight washers. Now this vehicle also has parking sensors throughout the front bumper, as well as a front camera. Now there's 4 cameras all the way around this vehicle, 1 in the front grille, 2 underneath the side mirrors, and 1 in the rear to give you a 360 view. As you can see, this is a bright themed car, meaning you have lots of chrome accents. Gives it a nice classy look on the front end and throughout the vehicle. Now in a traditional large sedan sense, we have a very long hood with some pretty nice looking creases. And take a look at these wheels. You kind of have a machine face to the wheel and black pockets, and also lug nut covers too to give it a nice sleek look. And our wheels measure up at 19 inches. Tires measure up at 255/40. I've got that nice long chrome accent to go all the way down the side and the bottom of the vehicle. Chrome surrounding the windows too, and you have the plug right here to plug the vehicle in. Now I'll talk a little bit more about the whole powertrain when we get under the hood, but basically you could plug this vehicle in and get about 38 miles of full electric driving. That's pretty cool. Now flipping around so we could see our mirrors, you do have turn signal indicators and blind spot warning with the camera, as I mentioned earlier. And all 4 door handles will have smart key entry. So if you see this little cutout on the door handle, that's where you can lock the vehicle. And by unlocking the vehicle, all you have to do is just put your hand behind the handle and it'll automatically unlock. Now quick glance at the window sticker shows we have a $72,595 sticker price. Now up on the roof we have our shark fin antenna and our panoramic sunroof. Very nice sleek body lines kind of just below the window trim, coming all the way back to the quarter panel. And same treatment out back as far as LEDs go, so very attractive looking light design for the rear. So we've got LEDs in the tail lamps, the turn signals, and the brake lights, which looks again very, very nice, all illuminated. Now the rear is also treated to parking sensors all the way across the rear bumper and a parking camera just underneath the lip right there. A couple of pieces of badging for back here. We have the S90, Volvo spelled out across the tailgate, and right underneath the L you have a little pad to pop your trunk. And we of course have the T8 all-wheel drive recharge badge and our fuel door on the passenger side. Now before we go any further, huge thanks to Valenti Volvo Cars of Watertown, Connecticut for making this video possible. And what do you guys think of the exterior styling? I personally think the way this one looks with the metallic black paint cover and all the chrome accents, I think this car looks great. Let me know in the comments. Popping the hood on the S90, you can see we have a very large hood opening. That hood almost opens at a upright angle, so that's pretty cool. Lots of room to take a look at our engine. And speaking of the engine, of course, we have the T8 powertrain, which means it is a plug-in hybrid. Now that consists of a 2-liter turbocharged and supercharged 4-cylinder, and of course it is a hybrid system. It produces 455 horsepower, but get this, 523 pounds-feet of torque. That's all hooked up to an 8-speed automatic and all-wheel drive. Now the other powertrain is the kind of more basic powertrain. They call that the B6, which that is still a mild hybrid. That is the same 2-liter turbocharged and supercharged inline 4-cylinder engine, and that produces 295 horsepower, 310 pound-feet of torque. So still nothing to scoff at here, but very tidy engine bay. You can see there's lots of seals to keep the noise out, and we'll definitely get an acceleration test on our test drive to see how this particular T8 powertrain delivers. All right, so popping the fully powered trunk, we have a large sedan, so we also have a large trunk. Take a look at how wide the opening is, and it goes in deep, well below the deck lid over here, right behind the rear seats. And these rear seats also fold down at a 60-40 split, and you also have a cutout for a pass-through, so that's pretty neat. We have cargo extensions to each side with grocery bag hangers, and you also have a designated bucket over here for your charging cables. So that'll be your 120, 240 volt charging cables that come with the vehicle, and it's got a little hook here to keep them in place. And you also have a 12 volt power outlet. And underneath our cargo floor, we do have the tire inflation kit. So not a whole lot of storage under there, but the tire inflation kit is good to have. Now once we're all set in the trunk, we've got two options. We can close down the trunk and lock the vehicle, or just close down the trunk. Okay, first glance at the interior, we have this beautiful blonde colored Napa leather interior. Take a look at that, and some nice light wood, open grain too. Very, very good looking interior. And you'll notice that the door is pretty large. Now this is technically a long wheelbase vehicle. They actually offered the S90 in North America for one single year in the short wheelbase, and then they switched over to all long wheelbase vehicles. But back here we can notice very, very high grade materials, all soft touch up here with contrast stitching. We have wood, bright work with our handle and accents. We have a lock unlock button, and we also have that beautiful leather on our armrest, and it's all soft touch all the way down here in our storage pocket. Now this does have the Harman Kardon audio system. There's actually 3 audio systems available on the S90, the Harman Kardon being the kind of middle sound system. Now there is a little storage tray. I'm not too sure what you would use to put in there, maybe some little wrappers and things like that, but there is one control on the driver's side, and that is both for your window and for your powered sunshade. And take a look at the interior, both on how much space there is and just how beautiful it is too. Now let's hop inside and get out of this warm weather today. Now I am 5'10", and I adjusted this front seat to a normal driving position for myself, and take a look at how much space there is. Just an enormous amount of space in the back seats, and lots of amenities back here too. For starters, we have map pockets on the rear. We also have air vents on the B pillars. And we also have our own climate control back here too. So we have heated seats, our own temperatures that we can adjust, and our own fan speed back here too. We have a little opener here for your 2 USB-C connections and a 12 volt power outlet. And as you can see on this side here, we have lots more buttons. So let's take a look at what all those controls do. Now this little knob right here, which almost looks like a mirror adjustment, will actually move back and forth this seat here. So if the person on the passenger side in the rear wants some extra space, they can scoot this seat forward and have a little bit of extra space. You also have some adjustments here for both the sunshade and sunroof, as well as both window controls and sunshade controls for the side windows back here. And then also this control here for your very rear sunshades. Let's take a look at that. Now we are nice and sheltered from all the sun with our side window shades up, the rear window shade, and the kind of the panoramic roof shade too. So as far as other amenities back here, we have LED tap lights. We also have grab handles, and it's just a great place to be back here. And we could also fold down our center armrest, which is nice and soft. And you could also open it up for some cup holders, and you could also see the pass-through. Now, the leather back here is grade A. It is so soft. That is the Napa leather seats, and you also have stitching back here too. But let's take a look at what we've all been waiting for. Let's hop into the front. At last, the driver's cockpit. Before we hop in, let's check out the driver's door because there are some pretty cool controls on it. Now, we get some pretty nice looking Harman Kardon speaker grills for the front seats. 2-person memory for both the driver and front passenger too, which is very nice. We have all of our mirror controls, which are power folding, window adjustments, and power child locks. Again, very nice materials, soft touch all the way down here, and a bit of storage. A couple of speakers on the door. On the left of the dash, we have some pretty cool looking air vents, a little bit of wood, a couple of controls to open up your fuel door and your trunk, and a little bit of storage on the left of the dash too, so that goes in quite a ways. You could put various things like your cash. Down here we have our pedals, nice carpets in the vehicle too, and the release for the manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel. Now this is where it really happens. Take a look at how beautiful these seats are. Again, same nice soft leather, but up front you have perforations in the leather and all of your stitching. So lots of controls too. We have our normal adjustments, our 4-way lumbar, our thigh extensions, and also our upper seat bolster. You can hug or loosen the side bolster, so that's pretty neat. What do you say we hop inside and check out all the tech? And now that we're seated inside the S90, you can see the beautiful layout on the dashboard. Definitely a really nice looking steering wheel with the blonde accents on the airbag cover, and on the inside of the steering wheel, nice looking vertical screen and a big piece of wood on the side. It's very, very classy interior. But here goes the key. So we have the traditional Volvo key with the emblem on the face of the key, and on the other side we have blank. We have a lock, unlock, trunk release, and panic alarm right there. And this little switch at the bottom will essentially slide the key forward, and so you can have access to a physical key in case you need it. But you start stop switch is right down here, and all you need to do is just twist it over to start the vehicle on. It's already running right now, so we could have the AC cooling us off. It's a pretty warm day here. And let's take a look at the steering wheel first. Now, definitely want to make sure you have clean hands before you get in here, because I could see this blonde colored steering wheel getting a little bit messy, but at least on the outside edges you have black leather. Stitching on the inside, and of course very, very soft, delicate leather on the steering wheel. Now, to this side we have all of our adaptive cruise control settings, and on this side we have more or less media controls, so your voice commands, a couple of adjustments for the digital screen up there, the up-down for your audio volume, back and forth for switching your different presets, and the enter button right there. And these will also double for adjustments in that screen there, so that's pretty cool. On the back of the steering wheel, attached to the column, we have a couple of stalks. One for all of your headlights, automatic high beams, also automatic regular, low beams. We have our front and rear fog lights, and of course our turn signals. And to the other side, we have our wipers. And that brings me up to this very nice looking digital display. Now, a couple of glares here, but I tried my best to get it in the kind of best spot for you guys to look at. Now, basic overview of this screen. It is fully digital, and we do have our speedometer right over here, and our kind of power and charge display right here. So charge being for the regenerative braking, power being for either electric power or gasoline. And up here we have a couple of indicators like your headlights, the lane keeping assist, seat belts, exterior temperature, and right at the bottom we have our charge for the battery and our fuel range too, so that's pretty cool. Now, a couple of minor adjustments on the screen. It's not completely reconfigured, but it's definitely very, very appealing to the eye. Now, if we press this button here, we'll get a kind of blank in the middle. So if you don't want the map there, you can make it disappear or make it reappear again. Very nice looking Google Maps right in the center of this display. And if we press the center button, we will get our odometer, our trip settings, and all of that good stuff. But that is basically it for this gauge cluster. It's not very reconfigurable, although again, it is very appealing to the eye. Now up here we have a completely leather dashboard, very nice with some stitching, nice big Harman Kardon center channel speaker, and our heads-up display. So that'll currently display your current speed and also the speed limit on the road that you're on, but it'll also pull up navigation directions and things of that nature. And let's take it down to our center touchscreen. Now, very nice looking unit. We have the good looking vertical air vents to either side and a home button at the bottom, but it's a very heavily based Google system. So we have Google Maps, the Google Assistant, and all of that good stuff built in. So let's take a look at the Google Maps. Looks pretty good, and it'll look exactly like over here. So if we kind of get in there, we'll accept all of the good stuff, go to map, and you can see it looks very, very nice, very responsive. And you could input your destinations up at the top with the search bar, or kind of search for different restaurants, things like that, or you could use the voice commands too. So that's pretty cool. Just below we have our audio, and as you can see, it looks very nice, almost like Apple Music while you're playing something. So that's pretty cool. We have all of our different radio stations here, favorites, and all that good stuff. And you also have some settings that go along to change your source and things like that. We have our phone screen, and also the Google Assistant for the voice commands. You can also swipe from the top to kind of log in, log out of different users, and kind of any messages that are going on with the vehicle. Now you can also pull up some different apps too. So up here we have messages and even YouTube, so you can technically watch Ty drives while you're parked in your S90. Of course, not while driving. And we have our Bluetooth radio and Sirius XM for our different music apps, our phone and Apple CarPlay, Google Assistant, different car statuses and things like that, so your tire pressures, all of that good stuff. We have our air quality, which is pretty cool. And we also have a couple of other things like the Google Play Store, where you can download apps, and a digital owner's manual. Now down below are some shortcuts, so you can see you can always access those no matter what screen you're at. The next one will be your cameras. So we're looking at the rear view camera right now. Again, we have a 360 view for the camera, and if we press the 360, that'll pull up a nice large screen, and you could tap on any area of the vehicle to get any view. So that's the front view. If we go back to 360, we could see the side and also the driver's side, so that's pretty cool. And you get a couple of settings that pop up towards the bottom to turn on and off your parking sensors or your rear automatic braking. And we also have a climate menu, so all the climate control functions are within the screen. A couple of shortcuts up top for AC settings and defrosters, where you want the air to blow right over here, and also an automatic function. Your fan speed towards the center, and your temperatures down below, which you could sync. And you also have your front climate. You can adjust the rear climate and also the parking climate too, to kind of get it pre-going there. A couple of other settings to either side of the climate controls. We have our heated, cooled seats, and as well as the heated steering wheel. And to the other side we have the passenger seats, and then we also have some settings we can go through. A couple of different drivers settings. So we have a couple of different driving modes, which is pretty cool. Battery usage, we can put the battery on hold or kind of set it to a charge. We have our driver's assistance systems we can turn on and off, and we can also make the steering wheel feel firm, and we can also turn the creep on and off for low speed driving. Back into our settings, we have our sound settings, connectivity, different controls, different profiles you could sign in and out of, and your Google and system settings too. So pretty simple screen. It's got all the basics plus a couple of other nice features. So that is the touchscreen. Just below we have some physical controls for your defrosters, also for your hazards, your volume knob, and skipping between different radio stations, and a pause play button. Down below on this very attractive looking center console, we have this beautiful Orifice crystal shifter knob, and that is for the 8-speed automatic transmission. All you have to do to put it into drive is just press it all the way down like so. You're now in drive. Half a bump up for neutral, and all the way up for reverse. Again, that will activate your parking sensors and the reversing camera. And then we have the little P at the base of the shifter for park. We of course have the start-stop knob for the engine. We have our parking brake and auto hold feature functionalities right there. Sliding this little tray back, we have a couple of cup holders and a pretty nice looking center console cover. Now when you open it up, there really is not a whole lot of space. It's a very shallow center console, so you may be able to just lay your phone in there, but it does have a couple of connections. So 2 USB-Cs and a 12-volt power outlet. Now on the passenger side, it's very attractive looking. You've got all the bright work, big slab of wood like I pointed out earlier, and you also have a nice big glove box. Take a look at how big that glove box is. It's all illuminated, and it's also got a felt lining in there. Up top, we of course have our visors with mirror, light, and card holder. A light headliner to match the seats. This is a very light interior. And we also have this little slider function here, which we can open up our panoramic sunroof shade, and that control will also double to vent the glass and slide the glass itself back for the sunroof. So once that's open, nice and airy cabin, lightens it up even more, and it looks pretty good all open. A couple of other controls up on our center stack here are some touch lights. You can also turn all of our lights on in the interior, and then also some SOS and informational buttons up here with our auto dimming frameless mirror, and that mirror also has 3 garage door home links. So that pretty much does it for all the features on the Volvo S90 for 2024 with the T8 powertrain and then the ultimate trim level that is. By this time, you should be seeing that little link pop up for the test drive video, so make sure you click on that. And I thank each and every one of you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the S90 just as much as I have. And I also hope you stick with us here at Ty Drives for more videos just like this one.